It's a good time to be an Odyssey fan, as we have more information on the new Samsung Odyssey G6, Odyssey G7, G70B, and the G8 OLED. Plus we have some release dates and leaked pricing for our European friends. All this coming up on Viktors Reality. Starting off with the Samsung Odyssey G6, this is the successor to the prior Odyssey G7, as it retains the 1000R curvature VA 240Hz panel at 1440p. But there are so many features added onto this awesome monitor that it just makes sense either to upgrade or buy the Odyssey G6 over the previous G7. We have the core light effect system. As you can see, the cat ears and the back of the monitor, it will automatically detect the color of the screen and extend it to real ambient lighting. Among the awesome features like FreeSync Premium Pro, Display HDR 600 certification, 350 nits of typical brightness, with the Wi-Fi enabled Tizen smart features that it lets you watch Netflix and it even lets you game on the Xbox Cloud among other apps. And this time it even has speakers, even with a smart remote control. We will get to more detailed specs in a bit. The G6 will be coming in at a 27 and 32-inch size, just like the previous model. Moving on over to the Odyssey G7, or what you would say, G70B. We have all the amazing features of the Odyssey G6, but this is an IPS panel. This is a Display HDR 400 monitor, and just so you're aware, as the 28-inch is coming in at 300 nits, while the 32 is bumped up to 350. Keep that in mind, as bigger is better according to Samsung. You can see here, friends, AMD FreeSync Premium Pro and NVIDIA G-Sync compatibility is promoted here on the G70B. I'm sure it will work on the G6, as my 32-inch G7 works perfectly, but validation is key if you want that peace of mind. This is a successor to the G70A of last year that only came in a 28-inch size version. It'd be interesting to see if this still uses the Innolux panel from last year's, which with the black equalizer, at least on the IPS panel, brings the display as close to VA as possible without the smear, if you're prone to seeing that. But of course, the G6 does have the black equalizer. The G70B will have it also. And moving on over to the latest and greatest spectacular Odyssey OLED G8. This ultra-wide curved gaming monitor will make all your content come to life with its Neo Quantum AI high-efficiency processor, Display HDR True Black 400 certification at 175Hz. With its QD-OLED technology, friends, it's Samsung's turn to take the QD-OLED technology to the next level on monitors. It has so much futuristic technology with its silver bezel, with its silver body, from the front and the back, with its beautiful coarse sync lighting, and its ultra-slim design. This truly looks futuristic and looks to take you to the next level. So let's take a look at all the updated specifications, according to the Samsung Global Newsroom. Let's go over it again, friends, so you can have all the information you need to know before you buy. Here, the Odyssey OLED G8 comes in at 34 inches, ultra-wide, at 1800R curvature. Of course, the QD-OLED technology, with a 250 nits in typical brightness, with a 1,000,000:1 native contrast ratio at 3440 by 1440p. HDR will be amazing on this awesome monitor, with a 0.1 millisecond gray to gray response time at 175Hz, with the VISA Display HDR True Black 400 certification, with a color gamut of 99% of the DCI-P3 color coverage. With FreeSync Premium, here we have the ultra slim format, with one micro HDMI 2.1 port, one mini display port, and two USB-C type ports. Friends, the news for all three monitors is that the Wi-Fi module is a Wi-Fi 5 with a Bluetooth of 5.2. Yes, we all know and wish it had Wi-Fi 6 or Wi-Fi 6E, but here for these three monitors, all three are at Wi-Fi 5. Also, all monitors have two 5-watt speakers to get that sound for your Netflix or the cloud gaming apps. They are all running on the Tizen operating system. They all have smart TV features with video streaming and gaming apps. Also, to wall mount all monitors, a VISA wall mount 100 by 100. The Odyssey OLED G8 comes with a mini display port, smart remote control, and the power cord. You can see here, friends, you can tilt back and forth, adjust the vertical rotation, and height adjustment. Moving on over to the G6, we have two monitors, the 27 and 32-inch size, at 16 by 9 with a 1000R curvature, VA curved, both at a standard 350 nits, typical 2500:1 contrast ratio of that VA technology, 2560 by 1440, 1 millisecond gray to gray response time, 240Hz, VISA Display HDR 600, 95% of the DCI-P3 color coverage with FreeSync Premium Pro. We have two HDMI 2.1 ports, which is outstanding for this monitor, and one DisplayPort 1.4. We do have a headphone plug 2 USB ports. The outstanding inclusion on the G6 and G7 is the network LAN port. We have one on the G6 and one on the G70B. So this is outstanding news if you want a hardwire for the best performance. Also friends, Wi-Fi 5 and Bluetooth 5.2. Again, two 5-watt speakers with the Tizen operating system. All the smart TV applications will be available on all 3 monitors, just like your video and gaming streaming apps. Here you can tilt the monitor back and forth, rotate left and right, adjust the vertical rotation, and the height adjustment. You can VESA wall mount this 100 by 100, and it does include the power cord, a display cable, and the smart remote control, both on the 27 and 32-inch versions. VA technology is getting better and better. This is the successor to the prior Samsung Odyssey G7. Now with the Samsung Odyssey G70B, which is a successor to the G70A, we have here 28 and 32-inch sizes, 16 by 9, IPS flat, with the 28-inch coming in at 300 nits, while the 32 is at 350 nits, with a native contrast ratio of 1000:1. And like I said before, these do include an awesome and amazing black equalizer that will give you a higher perceived contrast. That truly is a next-gen feature. We have here 3840 by 2160 4K monitors, 1 millisecond gray-to-gray response time at 144 Hz, with a VESA Display HDR 400 certification. The 28-inch version is coming in at 90%, while the 32-inch version is coming in at 95% of DCI-P3 color coverage. So they may be using a different panel, we shall see. I will bring you that information as soon as I find out. This is validated for G-Sync compatibility, and it does include FreeSync Premium Pro. We have here 2 HDMI 2.1 ports and 1 Display 1.4 port. It does include a headphone plug, 2 USB 2.0 ports. It does include 1 network LAN port, also with the Wi-Fi 5 and Bluetooth 5.2. And again, also with 2 5-watt speakers, running the Tizen operating system, of course with all the smart features, from video streaming to gaming apps. You can tilt the monitor back and forth, rotate left and right, adjust the vertical rotation, and adjust the height. Also, the VESA wall mount 100 by 100 size. It comes with the power cord, the DisplayPort cable, and the awesome smart remote control. The Samsung Odyssey G70B is the successor to the G70A of last year. Finally, 32 inches of this IPS panel. I can't wait to check this out. So that was the new specifications update from Samsung Global. Now let's check out our friends from Europe, as they are now being announced at retailers overseas. At the retailer Power.no in Norway, we have here the Odyssey G6 27 and 32-inch versions, both with prices and release dates. So let's bust out our calculator to see more or less what the prices are. Coming in with the Samsung Odyssey G6 S27B G650 at 6,499 Norwegian krona. That comes out to be about $615 for the 27-inch version. And for the 32-inch version, we're looking at 7,499 Norwegian krona, which in turn turns out to be about $710. And the most expensive, the G7 or G70B, at 9,999 Norwegian krona, turns out to be about $947. We shall wait for official confirmation from Samsung on the US and other European markets. I will bring you that information as soon as it breaks. The Odyssey G6 will be available on November 2nd, 2022, while the 32-inch version will be available on December 7th, and while the Odyssey G7 will be available on December 7th. Of course, dates can change. These are just estimations. These may release earlier or later in other parts of the world. But this is a rough estimate. These are releasing very soon. So if you have your eye on these monitors and you want to save some money, maybe it's worth getting the older versions or waiting to get these newer ones since they're so close. So just keep an eye on it, and I will bring you that information as soon as it breaks. I do want to give a big shout out to my friend Leo, who is an awesome and amazing friend of the channel. I love my friends all across the world, Odyssey fans for life, and it's really amazing to see so many people united and interested in display technology. Thanks friend. Takk min venn. So there you have it friends, that was the Samsung Odyssey G6, G7, or G70B, and the Samsung OLED G8. So friends, I hope you found this video helpful. If you did find it helpful, please hit that like button friends, so more people can see it to help to make that awesome buying decision. No one likes to waste their money, and consider subscribing if you want more information on the Odyssey line of monitors, among my wide range of monitors that I have here on the channel. Friends, we do live stream on the weekends, Fridays and Saturdays, so stop by and say hi, as every week I showcase new monitors while I let's play. Thanks for watching friends, stay safe out there, I'll see you guys next time.